Hello, Aquarius. Thank you for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I got the Telematero. Somebody sent me an email telling me how the correct way to pronounce that is. Apparently the H is silent. Here's the spelling in case you want the deck. It's by Renata Lechner. And there's the spelling. For the supportive oracle cards, the magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Okay. We're going to do relationship first, and then single second. What do we got going on here? It's a curious ending. Only 2 oracle cards, which is fine. Okay. Now, the first impression I'm getting here is this card here, which is the 6 of Pentacles on your side. I'm feeling like you're trying to help your partner. And I feel like what you're trying to help your partner with is the Tower card. Like, things are falling apart on your partner. They're going through some type of shock, and whatever area that might be, like they are blown out of the water, and you're doing your best to help them in whatever way you see fit. Now, without going crazy about what the Tower could mean, because I feel like that's self-explanatory, at this point in the read, I'm feeling like that's either hitting or not, or it's about to hit any day now. One of the two. You're trying to help them out, you're backing them up, you're supporting them in some respect. And I'm getting like, after the Tower falls, they seem to be in the sense of the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like they have some things, they've made provisions in case something like this happened, whatever this means to them, and they have something to fall back on. If it's monetary or not, doesn't matter. I just feel like they have something to like help them pick themselves back up. And I feel like as this goes forward, you're seeing this, and I feel like you like this. You got the Judgment in your favor. It's like lifting a lot of your concerns because you're realizing that they're going to be okay. They're not going to drain on you emotionally, financially, physically, whatever it is. They seem to have a plan in store here to where they're going to take care of it. Now that the Tower fell, they're going to fix it. They've got a plan together to handle it until it's back on track the way it usually is. And I feel like the original help you gave is not any longer needed. You're feeling like that burden has been lifted from you. Not that it was that big of a burden anyway, but the stress of making sure that they're okay, you're feeling a lot better with it. Now, I'm getting... This seems to be a very interesting situation because I'm noticing the Page of Pentacles here. And I'm getting like this is something of a pattern. I'm getting like this happens with your partner on occasion. And you're trying to understand, like, I feel like you're watching it and you're just kind of accepting it. This time around it didn't last that long. There's like a word that's trying to... Like, it's not coming around too often to where you're just like, oh boy, it's not happening so often that you can't stand it, but it's happening often enough that you realize it's a pattern. And I'm getting that's the Page of Pentacles. Like, you're kind of looking at the situation like it's just how it is, and you don't really know what else to do about it. And I just feel like you're kind of accepting of it. But I'm also getting spiritually, you have the Queen of Cups. Like, you're not really talking to your partner about how you feel about the situation. You're more centered on your love for your partner. Because the situation, it seems like there's something a little out of balance here with this. But I don't feel like you're really going at the situation. You're just kind of concentrating on your love towards your partner. And just like, it is what it is. Like, I feel like you're looking at it like, even if you've talked about it in the past, it just seems like there's nothing that you can do to change it. Like, there's just certain things about your partner that this is just how things go. And it could be in a few different realms that you're looking at here. Like, it's just their personality or the business that they're involved in or the situation that they're involved in. Like it's just got a life of its own, and you're just like, it's just. I just feel like you're not really going at it and trying to like get in there and solve or fix anything. You're just kind of like, it is what it is. Now, spiritually, I'm seeing the Ten of Wands with your partner. Your partner does not like that the Tower hit again. And I'm getting your partner seems to have a different view of this situation. I don't feel like they're connecting it with a pattern. I'm getting you're seeing it for a pattern. I don't think they are. But they should be, but they're not. Even if they should be or you think they do, I don't think they are, because the fact that it fell apart again, or this tower hit, to them, they thought they were going to work through it, or they were going to get through it. They didn't see the tower. Like, that's why it's the tower for them. It's a shock. They expected it to keep going. They expected a better result, but it didn't work out that way. And I'm getting, their challenge card is the Strength card. And that's like really taking a harder look at themselves and identifying this pattern. Which I feel like that's why this is why your challenge card is the Two of Cups with the success. They need help from you to see this pattern. They need help from you. That's your challenge card to bring this forward to your partner whom you love greatly. And the success, it's like you have to pass the success you're seeing over to them by helping them see what's actually happening here. I feel like you need to help them see what the pattern is and how they're getting to the same spot. And I feel like you're looking at it like, how can they not know? I feel like that's your viewpoint. Like, how can they not know? Come on. I just don't feel like they're connecting with it. They're not seeing it as a pattern. They may understand, like, A plus B equals C in this situation, but they don't see, like, this is, like, the third or fourth time A, B, and C have happened. Like, they don't realize it's a pattern that keeps repeating. They're not getting that. But you're like, I feel like you're looking at it like, well, they buy a used car, they buy it from somebody shifty, and then it breaks down. And then you do it again. They buy a used car, they buy it from somebody shifty, and it breaks down. And they did it the third time. Buy a used car, they buy it from somebody shifty, and it breaks down. They're like, how do you not realize if you're going to keep buying used cars and buying them from somebody who's shifty, like the two of those together, you're going to have a car that breaks down. Like, how do you not see this as a pattern? And they're like, there's something about the equation, they're not seeing it the same way you are. Like, either they're not accepting that person is shifty, or they're thinking they're checking the car out first, and it's going to be fine because they've already checked it out first. You know what I mean? They're not seeing it the same way you are. To you, it's kind of like blatantly obvious, like, this is a pattern. You keep doing the same thing, keep getting the same result. Like, listen, look at what you're doing. Like, I feel like you need to talk to them and explain to them what you're seeing so they can see it. They want to see it. I'm not going to say they're going to be all yippee-skippy, oh, I've been doing that, woo! But they do want to see it because they want to stop this from happening. They literally did not think that Tower card was going to hit. And by you handing over that success and explaining to them what they're doing that's a pattern, that's where they get their victory. They can stand with victory. I'm getting this as almost like an optional spot because they can stand with victory if you're able to hand it over to them, because what you're doing to hand it over to them is to, like, say, hey, this is what you're doing. This is what you've done 5 times in a row. Here's the similarities of how each of them started. Here's the similarities of the secondary characteristic. Here's the similarity of the outcome. Do you see the pattern you're doing here? Even if they're different cars, different people, different times or different things that are causing the car to break down, you're still having the pattern. Used car. Shifty person you're buying it from. And then the breakdown, it always ends up in a breakdown. Like, you got to stop this. You got to either stop getting used cars or stop getting it from shifty people. Hopefully you just stop working with shifty people. Something, because this is not working for you. And I feel like you have to put that out there just blatantly. Just like, this is what's happening. Because that helps you and them. The King of Swords is in the spot that what helps you. I feel like you do want to say this. You might be just a little nervous that it's going to end or land very sourly. But I feel like it's good. They need to hear it. You need to say it. It'll work out. Now what helps them, and this is interesting, they've got the Five of Swords with the Temperance. What helps them is to realize they keep coming to these fruitless victories. Like they get a used car. They buy it from somebody shifty. They think they won because they saved money. In truth, they did not. They're going to spend more money because they have to fix the car that now broke down. Or they're out that money. So it's like the fruitless victory is thinking they're doing a good job and realizing it's just not paying off the way they need it to. It's a short win. It's a short-term win that leads to devastation. It just does not work out. And the Temperance card is like they need time to really think about it. Like, I don't think you would expect this anyway from this situation, the way this energy is flowing. But they're going to need time to really mull it over. They're going to probably have to talk it out with other people as well as you, but they're probably going to bring the conversation around to you again. Because I'm feeling like you're starting this conversation. You're saying, hey, blah, 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 this is what you're doing. Blah, blah, A, B, C, this is what's happening. And they're just kind of like, I feel like there's a bit of resistance there, but you make an impression. And I'm feeling they're feeling it out with other people, like, well, do you see it this way? Does this seem to happen? And I feel like some people are confirming it, some people are saying no, some people are saying yes. And I feel like they're mulling it out with other people, then they're coming back to you, and they're like, what about this other information I got? What about this? What about that? And you're like, yes, that is true, but so is it this. Yes, those are good cars. Yes, those are usually used cars that people are able to use for years afterwards. But also, there's a lot of people who also have a lot of problems that they buy stuff from this person. And this is why they have problems with this person. And even though you might be getting a car that should be okay to buy used, if you're buying it from this shifty person, who knows what they're doing? Are they swapping out parts? Like, what are they doing? Are they, like, how are they getting these cars? Like, are they getting these cars from a supplier that the cars are pretty much on their last legs? Like, what's going on here? Like, I feel like there's going back, like, you're talking it out and you're helping them. It's going to take some time for them to really, like, it's a deep pattern. In the sense of, like, it's been going on for a while. They don't want to really see it, but they need to see it. Like, they want to see it to overcome it, but they don't want to see it because they don't want to see their fault in it. Not that it's really about pointing blame, but, like, once they own it, they can change it, but I don't feel like they want to be viewing it in the sense of, like, oh, I've been making mistakes this whole time. Right? Okay, we're good. But I do feel like it's going to take some time. Okay, this makes more sense to me. This feels better now. It's going to take some time for them to get used to it. When they do see it, when they do finally get there, that's where the wheel turns in their favor and they have more strength. And the wheel turns in their favor is because they're expecting better results. Either they're expecting to either not get a used car anymore, for example, or they're looking for somebody who other people already feel is very reputable. I can't spit out the word. Has a good, I'm not gonna go there. Or they're gonna, like, I feel like part of it is like the two of you working together because, like, they're relying on your viewpoint of the situation. For example, if they're like, I like this used car. Will you want to go with me to see what you think about this person that I might get it from? And you're either, like, stopping them in their tracks and you're like, this person's a bad idea and this is why. Or you're meeting this person and you're like, well, I understand this person's kind of likable, but there's some red flags that kind of popped out to me. I think you should check this out and that out first before you go any farther. And I'm feeling like you are working with them to help them, circumvent or get a better handle about not repeating this pattern yet again. I am getting that there's going to be a degree of repeat in the future still, but I feel like it's lessening, and I feel like they're learning slowly, but they are pulling out of the pattern slowly. It seems like most of them anyway, it's a slow pull out. But the wheel is going in their favor because I feel like there's, instead of doing the same thing at the same rhythm over and over and over and over and over, the rhythm is changing and it's improving and they're moving out of this pattern. Maybe not quickly, but maybe they're going to repeat it a couple more times, but to less effect. Like, they're going to improve on it at least and move towards a better resolution. It's like it's better than just keep repeating. It's like they might repeat it a couple more times, but with less detriment each time until they finally are like, yeah, all right, before I do this again, I'm just not gonna do this. I feel like that's where they're finally gonna get after a while. Good? Good. Alright, so that is Aquarius relationships, couples, however you want to put that. Relationships, we'll just put relationships. What do we have for Aquarius singles? Single Aquarians. Messages for single Aquarians. Empowering information that help them find what they want, see what they want. See what they want? Help them see the truth of what's going on so they can get what they want. Or move forward in a way to where the truth helps them attain that goal that they're looking for. That sounds a lot better. A bit better. The words are not coming out of my mouth correctly at the moment. Okay. Single Aquarians. Can we do this? We can do this. Okay. I'm just like, is my face going to work with this? Am I going to be able to speak the way I need to? There's a double card. There's a double card here. I'm curious what it is, though, because I'm thinking it's a good one, that it's hiding, but we'll see. Single Aquarians. Alright, so, what do we have going on for single Aquarians? I'm getting you're feeling pretty good about a situation. You're seeing some possibilities in front of you. Maybe one more than the rest. And I'm getting you're standing with this Two of Pentacles. Your overall energy is the Star card. Kind of like the Wish Upon a Star feel here. Just going for what you want. A lot of dreamy energy here is what I'm feeling on that one, oddly enough. I'm getting you're kind of feeling excited and like possibilities are abloom around you. Especially with the thoughts. Your mind is in the Queen of Pentacles with the prosperity. I'm getting you're getting excited. Repeating words again. Because there's people here around you that you're feeling like there's a lot of possibilities. People are being very favorable to you. And you're feeling like you're ready to submit with somebody who's going to stay in your life permanently. And that's what you're going for. But it doesn't seem like it's something that you have to lock yourself right into. You're feeling like you can go forward at your own pace. You can start to find that one, but you don't feel like you have to lock it in any time before you're ready. Are we good? Okay. That seems complicated. Because I feel like you're going towards a permanent relationship. You want that, but you don't feel like you want to get forced into it before you're ready. So it's like it's in front of you, it's there, it's available, but until you want it, you seem to be able to hold to the side from it. And you're comfortable with that. So if this reading is hitting, I feel like that's a very strong current that's happening here. Like if you want it, it's there. If you want to wait, you can wait. I don't feel like a lot of pressure. I feel like there's a lot of hope and a lot of possibility. And you are looking for somebody to cement in with, but I feel like you want to investigate a little deeper with a couple different people to see what one's the best match for you. And I'm getting the Five of Wands here. Like, I do see there's a lot of confusing energy going on around you, but I feel like you're flourishing in it. I feel like you're working this out, and it's just making it easier for you to get to know people and to, like, move from one to the next without certain people getting upset that you're, like, talking to this one or talking to that one. Like, the confusion and the quickness of the energy is allowing you to move around easily without repercussion. Alright, now, I am seeing something in the past here, though. I'm getting there's a heartbreak in the past, and I'm getting, while you do want to find something to cement in with, I feel like this is why you're taking your time and really trying to find out, who suits you best, and not going forward until you're honestly ready. Because I'm getting, like, there's a heartbreak from the past that's weighing on you. And I feel like it's kind of making you a little bit maybe gun-shy. Just a little bit gun-shy. And you just want to be sure. Like, I don't feel like you're ready to really cement in and just, like, commit to one person. You want to see what's out there. And I feel like you're more playing the field right now, to be honest with you. I don't feel like you want to just go forward with one just yet. And I am getting here in the center, you have the Hermit with the Two of Wands. You're looking for the answers, you're looking for the right one, but you're out there exploring other ideas. I feel like you're out there in the realm of possibility, but I don't feel like you want to move forward until you're ready. I feel like this is a big, big thing here if I'm hitting on this right, because I keep saying it. Like, is there another way I need to put this? Because I do feel you're playing the field. You do want somebody to cement in with, but you got to be sure. And you want to enjoy the getting to know phase with all these other people before you really lock into anything. Now, I'm seeing in the environment the Six of Pentacles. And I'm getting some people are very, what do you want to say? Nice, very flirty with you, very open to being with you. I'm getting there's a very easy connection with a few people. In the sense of like they're very open to whatever you want to do, they want to do that. They're very conducive with getting to know you more, to being in your life more, to taking it slower if that's what you want. I'm getting there's a couple people that like whatever pace you want, they're okay with. But I'm getting there's a couple different ones, and I'm not seeing you like lock anything in yet. But it seems like the world is your oyster kind of feel. What is this? Justice. Okay. So I do feel like somebody seems to be coming forward, and they seem like it seems like they're a little bit lighthearted, but they're definitely serious in the sense of like if they're going to go forward with you and you both want to be monogamous with each other, they're okay with that. You trust that that's what they're going to do, and that they're on board with it. Because I'm seeing like you're starting with something fairly casual, but it seems like it's more cemented in with the two of you. Like you're definitely moving in a direction where you're getting to know each other more. You're deciding whether you want this to become a permanent relationship. And I'm getting the Page of Pentacles with the Justice behind it, in the sense of like you're rebuilding your confidence in having a relationship. And I feel like you're going at it, you're building this slow, you're getting to know this person slowly, you're relieving these fears that you might have had from a past relationship. You're kind of like sorting out some old baggage, if you will, and you're putting it away. And I'm getting the farther this goes, the Aphrodite's love spell comes in, and you're feeling it. This person is so easy for you to work with and so conducive to what you want that it just seems to naturally start to take a life of its own. And I'm getting that this situation actually hits that point where you're at that spot where you're thinking about, do I want to make this a permanent relationship? Do I want to lock this one in? And that's definitely going to be this is one of these readings where it's going to hit this point. You're going to look at this person, how you feel about them, how things are going. Because I feel like how things are going, that's the Aphrodite's love spell. I feel like that's where you're feeling really good. This person's really nice to you. They're very conducive to what you want. It's going very smoothly. That's the Aphrodite's love spell. At this point, you have to evaluate, how do you feel about this person romantically? How does your life match with their life? Is this going to work? Does this have long-term written on it? And from that moment, you're going to decide you're going to go forward and put it together, or you're going to be like, I really like you, and this has been really great, but I think friends is better for us. Because I'm getting for this reading, you're the one deciding whether this goes forward or does not. If you want it, it's there. You got it. If you decide, you know what, I really like this person, but I think this is more of a friendship than a romance, I think I'm going to let this be just a friendship. And if that's what you want, then if that's what you choose, you're okay with it. You're happy with it. And I feel like the way this is ending is actually a pretty good ending. Because at the Four of Swords moment, you're really like, all right, this is what's happening. This is how I feel. Like you're going through the whole thing. I feel like the Four of Swords is like you're really going through the thought. This is what it is. This is how I feel. Like getting it all down on paper, and you're just like, you know what? This is my decision for this situation. Left or right. Because I feel like that's where you're coming to a left or right decision. Either let's go forward or let's not. Good? Good. All right, I'm going to wrap that up there. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. Thank you.